Hey everyone, today we're gonna try out something different. Right now it's 10:20 p.m. and I'm about to go out for a 1 hour easy run. And yeah, I wanted to just talk with you all and kind of mimic the feeling, you know, what it will be like to just run together, go out there like side by side. I'm out here by myself at night, kind of chilling right now, so lonely. So if you're also just out there by yourself training on like nice easy or recovery runs or just runs in general, and if you want a company, yeah, plug your earphone in, just chat with me. And yeah, here we go. So today what I want to talk about is I ran over 850 miles as a 200-pound heavy runner. Went from 6 hour to 3:20 marathon, and now chasing sub 3 hour marathon. And just want to share out all the learnings, all the tips that I've accumulated over the whole experience, and just share it out as we are going on this run. I think the first good topic to talk about is what are the tools that I use the most when I was running. I think the first one is running watch. I use Garmin Forerunner 245 for the longest time ever. Before I like really got into like training for a marathon this year, I used to run here and there, but at that time the running watch that I used was Garmin 245. It helps you track your time, like your pace, I think your cadence maybe, but overall it was good because when I was like practicing running, like it helped me gauge like what pace I was going. Am I going too fast, too slow? And it was kind of, I used that metric as a great indicator to track my progress, to see whether I'm like improving or not. But during my training this year, that watch finally gave out on me. So since I spent so much time like running and just using this watch, I decided to make a big upgrade and got this watch called Garmin Epix Pro Gen 2. I think I got it around like $700. Right now it retails for like 1K, but like July 4th sale or Labor Day weekend sale, there are always so many like discounts and sales happening, so I think you could definitely get it cheaper during those dates. But like I wanted to invest in like a really good running watch because I wanted to be just like wearing it like daily, running it. I wanted to have a great accuracy because this is going to be a primary tool for me to track my metrics, like my heart rate, my pace. But yeah, so I got this watch, and not only that, I just wanted kind of like a really nice looking watch that could go with my like daily outfit, where not just exercising, I wanted to just put it up and just dress it casually with all my outfits. And overall, I love it. To be honest, like there are so many more features than Garmin Forerunner 245, but like I barely use those features. It's pretty similar like how I use it, but I definitely use it more because it looks nicer, it looks good on even the casual look. So if like money is like not an issue, like yeah, definitely go for it, to like invest in like a nice watch that you can use it in so many different situations. But if money is the option, like going for like a cheaper one like the Forerunner 2045, or even like cheaper, like just the basic option where it tells you what pace you're running, you know, like that's more than enough. I started out with those watches, didn't have any issues, until it like broke, and then I moved on to like, this would be like my kind of like pretty like my final watch. I don't see myself upgrading it from here. So that's option one. The next tool that I love, it's called wait, what's it called? Oh yeah, this is a waistband. It's called flip belt. So basically, as you can see, I have a waist belt and there's a phone in my belt right now. So that's how I carry my phone. I don't like to carry things when I'm like running. I mean, it's ironic because I'm holding a GoPro as I'm running, but this did wonders. Like during my marathon, I put 7 gels and my cell phone inside of this flip belt. It didn't move around. It held in like a really good place, and I've used this so many countless times. Washed it, tossed it in the dryer, like great quality. So when you're running out there and you don't want to carry like phones around you, this is definitely a way to go. But I've heard some comments saying like, I'm a heavier runner, I'm pretty built upper body wise, like I do a lot of strength training, so I didn't notice any back pain. But for lighter runners or girls who are like flip belt and like put stuff inside, like they noticed that like they were having some back pain issues. So that's one thing to know for. But I think if you're like a heavier runner, or if you have like upper body muscle, I think that shouldn't be an issue. And flip belt is like a great way to carry your keys, phone, and yeah, it's definitely my tool that I carry around everywhere I go for my running. Next item that I use a lot is this one. It's called Nothing Ear 2. So there is a rise of like this open ear earphones, where as you can see, it doesn't fit in my inside of ear, rather it just kind of sits on my ear. So what that does is, since I do a lot of like road running, I kind of want to I didn't want to completely tune out everything that's happening around me, you know. So what this helps with is not only I can listen to music, but also I can hear all the surroundings. So the con will be like, if you want to completely cancel out everything and just listen to music, like that wouldn't work. And like if you want to use this like on daily basis, like if you put it in like a higher volume, like if you're just walking around, or if you're in like a bus stop or inside of like a public transportation and you put this on with the max volume on, people around you will definitely be able to listen. But like when you're running around, like it's fine. But if you're like me, and if you want to be more cautious, be more immersed, not even immersed, I think for me it was like mostly a cautionary reason why I got this, because yeah, like if I play some sound on my earbuds, not only I could listen to music and outside noises at the same time. So that's one like earbuds I would recommend. And the next tool I would recommend is Goodyear sunglasses. I probably butchered the pronunciation, but the way you spell it is Goodr. Those are $30 sunglasses. They make ones for big heads too. I have a big head, so I had to use those, but they feel fantastic. And like I've ran in them, even though they're $30, the quality is insane. I've ran like, you know, 13 miles, 16 miles with those sunglasses on. Never had any issue, didn't feel any slippage, feels great. And yeah, like, you know, like $30 is like, I think it's a great price for a really well-made sunglasses. but at the same time it's like not too crazy expensive, where as you're running you need to like worry about sunglasses getting like broken or like dropping them and hurting those expensive sunglasses. So that was another reason why like I liked it, because like kind of low commitment but at the same time like insanely top quality. So that's a great sunglasses that I would recommend if you are always like running in like a sunny area or in like a hot climate. So that's the way to go. And next item that I used primarily during my training was, let's see, what would be a good item that I could recommend? Oh, running socks. So surprisingly, like we invest so much money in running shoes, right? But a lot of time people just use like regular cotton, you know, like socks that you wear it with, like sometimes even like your suits. And like investing in socks, those socks tend to be kind of expensive, but I highly recommend because it does prevent a lot of blisters. It does prevent a lot of friction against like your shoe. And the brand that I would recommend is called CEP Running. Those socks, yes, they are expensive. I don't even put them in dryer because they're so expensive, and I dry them very cautiously. But I noticed night and day difference between just like using cheaper socks, where if I go on long runs, I will always get blisters. My feet will get like really hot. But these compression socks, not even compression socks, I get those crew neck socks that comes up all the way to my ankle. They're soft, they're moisture wicking, they're durable, and yeah, those are the primary socks that I use in my marathon race, marathon training. And ever since I put on those socks, I barely had any issue. I don't feel like that much friction inside of shoes with my feet. So that's a big brand that like, it's like Hermes of socks, but I highly recommend. Yeah, so those are the tools that I primarily use. Let me think. So I covered watch, I covered flip belt, I covered you know, socks. Oh yeah, shoes. I mean, there's a shoes video that I might check out my YouTube channel. Clothes. Yeah, so as you can see, like, as I even like talk about it, running doesn't involve like that many equipments. Actually getting into t-shirts and like shorts, as long as you're not using like cotton t-shirt where the primary purpose wasn't the t-shirt isn't for, you know, like actually running and sweating, I wouldn't recommend. But any like dry moisture wicking like Nike, Under Armour, Adidas, like there's so many good clothes out there which should generally do the trick. So my point is, yeah, they're running can be expensive, but at the same time, if you make that initial investment in the beginning, like there's not much more to invest more in terms of like equipment. Like those great items will serve you a long time, and you don't need to really like venture out and get more items. So these are the tools that I recommend that I can't really live with as I'm running. And yeah, so the next topic that I want to talk about is what program did I use to get a faster marathon, and it's called Hansons Marathon Training Program. So some of you might have heard about this program because this program is known for making you run only up to 16 miles, and some people might misunderstood that as this program being easy compared to other programs. But the answer is no. This program is very, very hard, but it does work really, really well. And let me break down some of the pros and cons of this program as I went on it's 16 weeks beginner program. First pro is that 16 mile compared to other program, which makes you do like sometimes 22 mile run. Like 16 mile run is like great, where I think like that's a sweet spot where after that on, like you can get bored, you can get tired, and also you're gonna be racked so much that it would take like so many days for you to recover, like mentally and physically. So that was one great part where I like during my training I never hit any wall, because right before I was about to hit the wall, like at mile 16, the run would end. So that was a good part. But following that with con is that you are making up for that short long run by running way more throughout the weekdays. So you'll be running 6 times a week, and you'll be like, even though it's called a beginner program, honestly it's not a beginner program. Even when I was watching the Hansons interview, like the author of the book, yeah, he wouldn't say like this is actually, it's a misnomer, and it would be more of a intermediate program, and there's actual beginner program called just finished program. So what happens is in Hansons marathon you run 6 times a week, and you try to hit weekly mileage of like anywhere between like 50 to 60 mile per week, like for like the entire last month before the race. And to put that things in perspective, like that's like if you're running 60 miles a week, that means you need to run at least 10 miles per, like 10 miles per day, right? If you're running 6 times a week, that's a lot of time and that's a lot of running. So you're paying the price in different places by not running longer than 60 miles. Another thing that I noticed about the book is that it does 2 speed runs per week, and some people might be considering it too much, because during those speed days it does push you to go on like a really top speed, and sometimes I heard comment that some people don't recover like that much well from those speed days. But for me personally, if you choose the right pace, like right goal, and like eat well and sleep well, I never had any issues with recovery. So if you are considering about doing a Hansons marathon like beginner program, I think like if you do that beginner program, I think anyone can like get into like sub 4 like pretty easily, like 340. Like I got to 33:20, and like not a single time during my marathon, almost like my heart rate throughout the entire race stayed in like zone 3, which means that, and like my pace was so consistent to like 1 through 26 miles, like there was no difference, which means that the book did really prepare me well. But I think if you are just starting out and you haven't like ran in a while, and if you just want to like complete a marathon and just try to do this program, I would highly recommend not to do that. Just stick with just finish program first to kind of build your solid basis. Because for me, before I embarked on this program, I spent almost 1 entire year like just building my fitness back after rupturing my Achilles tendon in 2022. And in 2023 I spent an entire year just working on getting my faster 5K, and that prepped me like really mentally and physically well for me to run a Hansons marathon, because by the time I started the program, I was very close and maybe could have broken sub 20-minute 5K. So I had a different basis on 2025 when I actually started training. So, but overall, it's a fun book to try. It's definitely a huge commitment, and like it does get you ready. The marathon day would feel like it's not something to get over with, rather a celebration day, because you have put in so much work into the program. And yeah, so that's the kind of the overall experience of my running. Yeah, so right now, let's see, we have ran 2.3 mile. We are running at 9-minute pace. So yeah, I think another thing that you notice is that if you start to prepare a marathon, it's going to be a lot of change in lifestyle. Like, you truly learn about the sacrifices, time commitment, and how to balance things. Like, even now, I had like 1 hour. Like, I hate running at night, you know? I hate running in cold, but I understand that like these are some of the prices that I have to pay. Like for dinner, I had Japanese, and I also had some couple of sake shots, but goddamn, I feel those food inside. But you know, you gotta know what you gotta do, because at the end of the day, like, you made a conscious choice to run a marathon, a conscious choice to get better, and like these are things that you have to pay, where like even on Saturday night, instead of just checking out, just relaxing and just wrapping up your day, like I'm out here running even though I'm full. And also what I mean by lifestyle changes, like once you start running a marathon, like on Sunday it will be primarily, those will be like your long run days. So basically your Saturday night, or whatever you choose your long run day will be, whether it's Saturday or Friday or Sunday, the day before, I guarantee you that the chances of you going out will be very low. Once you experience the pain of going out like really hard and trying to do a massive long run the day after, oh man, I tried doing that a couple times. Horrible experience. There were times where I was scheduled to run 12 miles, but I had to stop after 4 miles because I was so hungover. And ever since that, I made a conscious choice, like if Sunday is my long run, there's no way I'm going out on Saturday night. And yeah, it taught me the art of like saying no and like being in control of my lifestyle more. And also, I don't think, I mean, it depends on, there's no right answer and like how to fit in your runs. When I was running 6 times a week and I'm like trying to ramp to that point again, I think I run about like 4 or 5 times a week right now, because after my marathon I rested a bit. Now I'm in the slowly rebuilding phase back again. I try to not, I mean the best one and everyone would recommend will be like running in the morning, but what I would say is try to be as flexible as possible. Like you can run at night, you can, like if you have a lunch hour, just like slam that 1 hour in during your lunch hour. So yeah, it really, for me personally, rather than having like a specific time, just knowing that I have if I have like 6-week schedule within my week, I would try to do my best to fill in those gaps like really well by not setting too many strict rules on myself. So if like I miss a run on the one day, I wouldn't like go too hard on myself, and rather like there are times where I made it up by running twice the next day, or like just focusing on getting all the runs in the remaining of the week. So that's another option. So there's no right answer on like how you schedule, and personally, yeah, don't be too hard on yourself for missing a run, because it's gonna be a long journey and you're gonna have a lot of long runs scheduled ahead of you. So try to be flexible. And oh, good thing to keep in mind is if you ever feel like it's like, is it a good time to run, is it kind of tight the schedule wise, then as soon as you have the question, you know the answer right away. That's when you need to run right away, because the moment you think about it, you waste a couple of minutes and then you decide, you know what, it's now too late. So it almost like your brain is like pushing you to wait to a point where it makes like good justification for you to quit. So as soon as you have that thought, for me, I use that as a signal. It's like, okay, if I question that means I have exact enough time to run. But even if I don't even question that means like, yeah, like it literally doesn't make sense for me to run, and there's no time. So that's another good gauge to take. Okay, I just got another mark. It's 3 miles in. Yeah. Also, if you have any questions, like leave them in the comments. The channel has been like growing, our community is getting bigger, and honestly, like I love reading your comments. It's been so fun interacting with you all. Like for my shoe video, people were writing down like shoes that they love, and I really was excited to try out new shoes because some of the shoes I've never even heard of it. So if you have any questions about like strength training or running, just leave them in comments. And also, if you have any advice for me from like a heavy runner, and I'm like a runner who is also out there just trying to break sub 3, I've never done that before. So if you're the running expert, please tell me, please give me advice on my forms and anything. I would like highly appreciate it, that as well. So yeah, in terms of my running journey right now, is that once that I've done Hansons marathon, got to 320, now I'm working with the running coach to like get my sub 3 hour goal. But honestly, sub 3 hour, I don't think is my ultimate goal. And the only, I think the biggest reason why I started working with the running coach is that this shit is so much fun that I want to do it long term, and I don't want to get hurt, and I wanted to be able to do this efficiently. So I wanted to like learn a proper oh, sorry. Yeah, so yeah, basically I'm getting like form tips, and I don't see it as a long term because I want to like run in my 40s, 50s, 60s, and I don't want to get hurt and do this long term. And as I'm doing that, like I wanted to show everyone that like even a normal regular person like myself who has a full-time job can balance getting fitter and just having like full-time job and just hanging out with friends. So yeah, if you have like this video, please press like, and if you have any feedback or recommendation or videos you want to see, always, oh shit, there's a raccoon. Whoa. I think we ran around 30-minute mark. I'm gonna end the video here, but it was awesome chatting with you all, and good luck with all your training. Let's go.